Welcome to Book Chat. My name is Bea Stengo, and I'm a managing librarian at Monterey County Free Libraries. And today I'm going to talk to you about this book that I recently read called Miss Benson's Beetle. And this is historical fiction, and it is an absolutely delightful, heartwarming read. So this book starts off in 1914 in England, and Miss Benson's a little girl, and she is talking with her father in his study. She has 4 brothers, and all of them have gone off to war. And since they've been gone, her father's been calling her into his study more often to talk about things. So he wants to show her a book about incredible creatures in the world, and she's delighted that he wants to spend time with her. So he's paging through the book and looking at the incredible creatures when all of a sudden there's a ring on the door. And he goes out and he says, "What? All?" And he comes back and he's very disoriented and super sad. And he goes on the balcony and he kills himself. And so Miss Benson was a young girl, and that's sort of the beginning of her life. And then it fast forwards to 1950, and Miss Benson is a teacher of domestic science in a girls' school. And the girls are mean and critical and nasty and make fun of her, and she's just sick and tired of it. So when she's having a terrible day at school and she leaves the class and leaves all the nasty girls behind and goes into the teacher's lounge, she finds that they treat her just as badly there, and she's just kind of tired of it. So she grabs a pair of boots that are on the chair where she usually sits and walks out of the school with them and doesn't look back. And she's going to do something about her life, because really she's pretty miserable in her life as it is. So she realizes that she's actually committed a theft. She stole somebody's boots from school, and she thinks that the police might be after her, so she has to leave the country. So she puts an ad in the paper, and she's decided that she wants to go to New Caledonia to find the golden beetle. Now, she's decided this because that day in the parlor with her father, he showed her the golden beetle of New Caledonia, and it sparked something in her. And now that she's got nothing to lose in this life that she's living, where she's just miserable and unhappy, she's decided she's going to go to New Caledonia and find the golden beetle. So she puts an ad in the paper to find an assistant who's French speaking. And she gets 4 people who apply, and she interviews them, and none of them seem suitable, but she chooses one who she thinks will be fine, and that person can't go at the last minute. And so there is one person who's been writing her and wants to be her assistant, but doesn't seem very literate. And so she doesn't really pay her any mind. But then there at the last minute, she says, okay, that she's going to take Enid Pretty with her. And they meet at the train station as they're about to leave to go get on the ship to New Caledonia. And Miss Benson is sort of older and not very attractive, and Enid Pretty is impossibly blonde and curvaceous and pretty and kind of flaky, seemingly flaky, or seemingly maybe not very educated, and very, very talkative. And so there the journey begins. Now, Miss Benson is a little bit of a snob. She doesn't really like Enid Pretty, and she's kind of annoyed, but she feels like she has no choice. And so they get on the ship together. They're sharing a teeny tiny little cabin, and Miss Benson is immediately very, very motion sick, seasick with the ship. And Enid Pretty is very kind to her and takes care of her and looks after her. And then later on in the journey, when Enid gets sick, Miss Benson doesn't do anything to help her. So it's a friendship that's forming, but it's very, very awkward. And then they land in Australia, and then they're getting ready to go to New Caledonia. And at this point, Miss Benson realizes how much really Enid is the best friend she's ever had. And so even though Enid has split off from her, she goes and finds her so that they can go on an adventure to New Caledonia and find the golden beetle. And they travel across, they find that they stay in New Caledonia, and they have all kinds of interesting adventures, and Enid is really very resourceful, and along the way you hear her backstory, which is very interesting too. And it's a totally delightful story, romp, heartwarming about a friendship between two women. It's got an amazing ending, and it's absolutely a worthwhile read. So this is Miss Benson's Beetle by Rachel Joyce, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Definitely check it out. It's on Overdrive as well as in print at the library. So enjoy and let me know how you like it. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.